Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the final episode of Beastars in the Storm's Wake. This episode is going to be a little bit different.
Well, hello, everybody. Yes, we are talking about the Storm Wake final episode, episode 12. Once we started, we see our guy, our boy Legoshi, just reminiscing on everything that kind of happened up to this point. They're back at the hotel. She feels like they about to get ready to do it. As they, about to get it on, her instincts tell her to hop in his mouth, and she kind of freaks out because she kind of realized that they're not really meant to kind of do this. They're meant to be prey and hunter and prey with each other. So, after that, they kind of decide to, lay down, kind of get some rest and make it back to school. They get yelled at by the baboon lady who she's more disturbed about them almost having sex, and Haru actually getting eaten. So that just shows where this lady priorities are. She pops in because we already know from the last episode that Juno was already concerned about Legoshi and what he was doing because she spoke to Louise about it. She checked in on him, Legoshi, and she's like, you know what? I am so hot right now that he saved that bunny, and he's such a good carnivore, a good guy that I want to fight this world for, or I want to, be in this world for. You can touch me and half me, Legoshi, for saving that white rabbit. And of course, Legoshi like, I'm good. I feel pretty good about myself. Have a
poor,
good day.
poor Juno. She's so deep in the friend zone. I feel so bad for her. I mean, relatable. I get it. Been there, but she's like, isn't it comforting you didn't say it comforts you to touch your own kind? She's like, touch me, which is a weird thing to ask someone to do. And he just immediately backs down. I mean, it's the finale. At this point, it's a foregone conclusion. Juno doesn't stand a chance. But it's nice to see her try.
Yeah, and then she runs outside, runs to Haru. Kind of spooks Haru from the door. Haru, they take off and run off with each other, and she kind of get in her face. Juno gets in Haru's face, and to Moxley credit, how noticing that Haru always kind of she talks her shit to anybody who gets in her face about anything, and she keeps that characteristic. Tell her, hey, I don't care. I'm here. I am gonna do whatever I'm gonna do, and enough about that. But then Juno warned her too. She's like, hey, well, if you're gonna play for keeps, I'm gonna play for keeps too because I want him and I want this. Juno really wants this relationship. She really wants to have this perfect, how society will look at them and being the perfect wolf couple, so she can actually maybe attain to be Beastar. The next day, so I guess Lugosi get less out. He got to get ready for that festival because we all know that we've been building up to this festival of lights and the festival for
The meteor
the
festival. That
meteor festival. Yes,
This is specifically for the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. I suppose it's to honor them, people that died. I guess this would have been in their culture some sort of, I don't want to say genocide because genocide's intentional, just a natural disaster that's significant in history.
allow them to live and to evolve and do whatever. So they get there. They find out that Louise is still missing. Because the last time we saw him, he was at the Lions hangout shooting the head lion, and we don't know what happened to him after that. So Juno has to step up, and she wants to step up and become, the leader, the lead dancer to do her lead performing. She comes up in this immaculate red dress, decked out to the nine, just to kind of impress everybody. And she has some plan of lighting there's a sphere. If they want to light that candle, and if you light that with a person that you love, then you guys are supposed to stay together forever, according to the tradition that they do. So Lugosi, he sees her. Of course, Lugosi side curb her again or friend zone her again and said like, hey, you know what? You look nice. Good job. Good luck today. I need to go out here and look for Haru. Goes out, of course. He goes out and look for Haru. Um, he finds, he can't find her. Haru's already at the stage watching Juno dancing and, being immaculate on stage and dancing for the Meteor Festival. She's kind of in her own feelings, thinking like, what, she kind of right. Look how beautiful she is and graceful. She is really probably the best for Legoshi. I'm just a rabbit. She's thinking that, and as she's thinking that too, you see Legoshi looking for her, sniffing around, and he finds her, and he wants to get the courage, kind of tell her that he loves her, and as soon as he gets that courage to tell her that, the spotlight hits on him, and Juno, she gives a speech about how he's a great carnivore and how carnivores are here to protect the weak. They want to protect the weak herbivores, and that's what carnivores are here for, protection and to take care of these guys and stuff. And then Legoshi gets really upset. He doesn't agree. He disapproves of all that. And all he really wants to do is get off the stage and go find Haru.
Yeah, Legoshi
Um,
has a very low opinion of his own kind,
yeah.
which I find interesting. Because he's like, no, that's not true. I've seen the kind of monsters carnivores can be, but he doesn't perceive himself as being. I don't know why he wouldn't think we're capable of both, just like himself. Instead, he just views them all as bad, which makes me sad. He's self-hating.
So after he leaves the stage, I mean he leaves the stage with Juno. She tries to light the candle with him. She like I said, she still doesn't get it. Still doesn't get that he doesn't really want that. He doesn't even think of her like that. He runs off and he looks for Haru. Haru is trying to escape. She's already like I said, she's already sad already, and she's really sad because she's starting to realize that she loves Legoshi, and she doesn't understand why she has these kind of feelings for him, even though he's a wolf. She's just a bunny. He chases after, he kind of calls out to her, and she still tries to run from him.
It's really nice to see Legoshi attempt to be so direct and honest, not not just with her but with himself. It was really refreshing to see him do that. And I mean, he's a teenager, he's a young man. It's understandable that he would struggle to understand that about himself and to be able to articulate it. But it's really nice to see that. It's a really good way to make a climax to their relationship and their story, especially after they had their false start in the bedroom.
And we're pretty much coming to the close of this episode. Before we do, they Legoshi and Haru they meet each other up on the stairs. They looking over the balcony or where they at, and he kind of telling her that he want to get stronger for her. And he really wants to be there and make her, I guess, out of him or make her um, trust him or something like that. Because
Yeah, he's saying that he'll. She says there's no guarantee that a wolf will never eat a rabbit. And his whole argument is, well, there's no guarantee, but it's still worth it because I love you. And so when they're standing there at the end, he's basically saying, he's gonna become stronger so that he would never hurt her. He's gonna have more self control and become a better person.
And the funny thing is, he does a lot of things what a lot of dudes do with mess up things in relationships. He was about to grab his hand and take his hand there, but he kept on talking. And sometimes you can be so close, getting what you want, but the more you say, the less. That's all I was thinking about. I'm like, if you would just stand there and shut the hell up, he would have grabbed his hand and then they probably would have been in love at that point. But she hears the uncertainty in his voice. She hears that he trails trying to work on things, and she pulls back away because she can't truly love him the way she wants to love him at this point in time. So we end
Yeah,
that.
that's a good point. They don't actually say the words "I love you" to each other. I do want to say that's implied, but they never actually say it.
I want to say Legoshi said "I love you" to her.
Did he?
She
Maybe
doesn't
I'm
really say
wrong.
it back.
Well,
He
in any
yells it
event,
at her as she's running up the stairs earlier, but
you,
she's just trying to run away not to hear him say that, and she's not trying.
that's
She
true.
doesn't.
Okay.
I want to say she doesn't say it back to him though. At the end of it, we see the credits roll. Some months go by, so some things happen. Luis is still missing because he's in the newspaper at this point, and he's missing. Um, Jack is not there anymore. I mean, no, Jack and Lugosi they're still hanging out, and at the end of it, we see this. We hear someone. We look in the trash can there. It looked like there's maybe drugs that was in the trash can or some kind of medicine that was taken. And this person or this animal talked to Legoshi, and he said like, "Hey, we're going to be late for something." So we're supposed to know that may be somebody very important for the next season. So I do look forward to the next. season two of who that guy's supposed to be, and where it happened to Louise, and what's gonna happen with the Haru relationship going forward.
Do you have any theories about who that person might be?
So what do you think of this? And let's just say, everybody, we are going to do another episode, just a full recap of the whole uh, Beastars season one, and we're going to put that out there as a separate video. So everybody who have stayed with us from episode one all the way to 12, we'll do a full recap of everything, of our thoughts. But we can tell the thoughts about this episode. So go ahead, Moxie. What do you think of this episode?
Like I said, because it's meant to be a continuation, I have to look. It's not supposed to be a complete narrative. I think it's fine. We actually ended up watching this episode twice because there was a bit of a gap between when we finished it and when we recorded. So the first time around, I was like, oh, I don't really like this ending. I don't know if I like this anime. But watching it again, I definitely think that it's a really well paced episode. The animation is really solid. They did make me start to believe in the relationship. I think Haru is a really excellently written character, and so is Legoshi. Everything about Legoshi I think is fantastic. Even his body language. There's a lot of thought put into his character design and how he moves and how he talks. And it really pays off. It really gives you a really complete character. Even if you didn't watch all these episodes, you can just watch for 5 minutes and you get a lot of understanding of who he is. And that's not something that is done in a lot of animation or in entertainment in general. It's not done often enough for there to be that much thought put into a character design and behavior, appearance, all of it. So yeah, I definitely give the show a lot of credit. I think it does deserve the acclamation that it has been getting over the past few months since it came out. I can't say that I loved it. I guess it's just a little unusual and not in a fun way. It was more unusual in a frustrating way. So there's that. But it definitely has potential, and I'm interested to see where they take the story next. But how do you feel about it?
After watching after doing this project, this episode, us reviewing it, watching it, I've watched this season over 4 times already. The first time I watched it back when it came out in Japan, Japanese Netflix, so I had to wait once a week to watch it, which I felt like that was the best way to watch it. To binge it kind of is a little bit exhausting to binge it. But it is satisfying just because it kind of helps you. But I'm talking about this episode, so let me repeat myself. This episode 12, I felt like it kind of gave us a lot to look forward to. Animes and mangas, they still continue and continue, so they can really stop anywhere. So for them to pick this as a stopping point for season one, I think they did a good job with that. I think they did a good job for us looking forward to things. Like you said, we don't know what happened to Louise. We don't know who that person is at the end of the episode in the love. So they left us with enough stuff to kind of wonder. This episode too, I'm still kind of confused about the rabbits jumping into wolf's mouths. Was they scared? That was an instinct. I don't know if they suicidal rabbits, but I do enjoy that. I love making Moxie scream. And stuff like that. Just having her say animal sex does make her go a little crazy. So I enjoyed that. So this episode was a good episode, and I believe it's a good season. Which leads us to the end of this episode 12 of Beastars. I would like to just say thank you for everyone who have listened all the way from episode 1 to now. Thank you to Moxie and our editor, Mike McAllister, who's one of the best editors out there. So if you guys need projects, if you guys are small YouTube people or big ones, or, you just want to get started, please reach out to me at Chicagojon or on Instagram and Chicagojon on Twitter. And you can just reach me here on YouTube. I would love to get in contact with you guys and see what you guys thought of this. You definitely catch us next time on our full recap of the whole season and let us know how, so we can let you know how we think of everything all together. Moxie?
Thank you guys so much for listening and for going along on this journey with us. And of course, thank you so much, Mike, for all the hard work that you've done. And of course, if you want to reach me, you can just leave a comment on the video or leave a comment anywhere this audio is posted, and I will certainly read it. And if I can make a comment reply back, then I will reply back. That's the best way to contact me. And, see you guys next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.